Alright guys, is the sun going now? I'm sorry. Should be okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do the intro again. Welcome back. Welcome to Billions Club. Here we go again. I will be passing another challenge live on a stream today. Before we're gonna start, I need to tell you two things. Let's start with this. Yes, it's okay now. Perfect. I see that the sound is going and working. I'm really sorry. As you can see, we are not in our studio. We are currently in our Dubai office. But anyway, what I gotta tell you, first, we're gonna start with this. I was thinking about changing this, the time of the stream from 3 p.m. to basically 2:20. Why? We are getting the CPI news in around 5 minutes. So I thought that, okay, this could be a good opportunity to actually take the advantage of the volatility that we will have in the market, and potentially we can use it as a momentum for passing a challenge. So that is the first thing. The second thing is that this is not a standard approach that I use. Normally I'm taking it very slowly, and I'm trying to pass the challenge within, let's say, 7 to 10 days. But a lot of you were asking if we can do a live trading session where I will be passing the challenge. So here we go again, but this time with 200k, which is the one that we launched recently. So if any one of you is willing to try it with me, the challenge is in a sale right now. You can take the advantage of it and you can go trade with me. But I wouldn't recommend you to do that, because once again, it's very risky. And the thing that I gotta tell you is that I have free tries. So I have a free account ready. You gotta keep in mind that most likely I won't pass it on the first try. Last time we did it on a third try. The first time that we are doing this kind of experiment, I passed it for the first time. So the first try, it was successful. You never know. Once again, today we are basically heading into high volatility that I'm expecting in the market, and it's going to be very risky. So it's a bit of a risk disclaimer before we will start today's live trading session. One thing regarding the TA, regarding the fundamentals, regarding what I'm expecting. Let me start sharing my screen. And I was doing some in-depth research before today's live trading session. And it was very hard to make a statement. But basically, reading the data that we got yesterday, the PPI and the reaction, how the market reacted. Today we are getting the CPI, which is going to be the inflation in US. Honestly, the forecast for today's CPI year to year is a 3.6%. What it means, what can we expect, what result will affect the market the most. So let's say it this way. Previous one 3.7. If we will have anything above 3.6, EU and gold will be going down. 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, which is not very likely in my opinion, we'll see how it goes, will have a positive market to the will have a positive reaction to the market, most likely. Once again, it's very risky to trade during the news, but my plan is to actually go long on the first account that I got, EU and gold. That is currently what I'm looking for. Let me know what you are expecting, but long position makes the most amount of sense to me if we will be getting the results that I'm expecting. So I'm opening the MetaTrader. As you can see, this is the account, and let's open the trade. So first, I will be getting into EU, Euro, Dollar. With the market execution, my plan is to enter with around 15 lots. This is the first position that I'm doing here. And the second position is going to be on gold. Which is gonna be 13 lots. So these are the two positions that I currently got. Let's see how it goes. As a gold trader, now looking only for long. Yep. You are confirming my bias. Alright, let's see. So, the news that we will be reading, I'm using the Prime Market Terminal. I was talking about this last time. It's really up to you what you will use. Sometimes the Forex Factory takes a lot of time. Here we go. CPI in 1 second. Here we go right now. Okay, so the result was probably a little different than what I was expecting. Let's see, can we get the pending result? How is the gold 04? Alright, so the reading was actually 3.7. So we are getting a bearish bias. Absolutely. I gotta be closing this in loss. So we are down $8,000, which is, I think, breaching our daily limit, unfortunately. But this is a very bearish result right now for EU and gold. So as you can see, it was higher than the consensus. 3.6 was the consensus. So exactly as I said, you never know when you are trading these news, but the result was, as I said, 3.6 bullish for EU and gold. We got actually 3.7. That is confirming a shorting bias for now. Gold actually not reacting that much as I was expecting, but we will have to use the second account for continuing in the challenge or in the experiment. But this has the bearish bias and confirming both basically EU and gold, which for now means that we should be looking potentially for deeper retracement on 4-hour and daily chart. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting this. I hope you're not right in selling EU. Good, congrats to you. Gold is strong. Yeah, gold look. Well, it was really all about the news that we will get. Like this time, the PPI yesterday, market didn't react at all, and the Fed in the evening was confirming potential shift in the trend on EU, but the results that we got are really unexpected. Yeah, 3.7 is the result here. What we gotta do, we need to find an entry for a short now. This doesn't make any sense to go long here. Also doesn't make any sense to go short now. I think that we breached the daily limit. I'm not 100% sure. The loss, what is the loss now? Yes, I think that we breached the daily limit. I need to log into the new account. Alright guys, give me 1 second. I will just log in. Alright, so I'm just trying to relog into a new account, but the problem with the MetaTrader is that on the Mac it's just extremely slow, and you guys can relate to it. I was getting a lot of feedback from you all that when you use a MetaTrader on the Mac, it's just almost not usable. Alright, so we are logged in. Perfect. Can start sharing the screen. So this is the new account. EU reacting heavily down. It will be very hard for us to find a re-entry right now. Potentially looking more on gold, honestly. You know, you don't want to re-enter here. This is like not the best. If I'm looking for any pair now, it's gonna be gold. But as I told you, opening trade on MetaTrader here on, like I always trade from phone or iPad, but since I'm on a stream I gotta do it here, you know. Need to open a new. Right. Do you guys have any tip how to make it faster? As you can see, it's extremely laggy. That's why it's taking me so much time to open a trade. The initial momentum is out. Obviously, very risky trade now. The spread is huge, obviously, after the news, which is kind of thing that you would expect, but yeah. 1874 is gonna be the first target. It's gonna take some time though to get so much lower. Market is obviously extremely choppy after the news. Where can we find a re-entry? Well, it all depends if we can reclaim now this level, which I believe will be very hard to do so. But if we will be able to reclaim it, then potentially we are looking for oh my goodness. Really like 1893 is going to be the first re-entry. That's why I don't think that we will be going up and grabbing the liquidity from the market. How is the EU looking? Okay. You could potentially provide some re-entry, but here after news, like on my live account, I would never ever trade this. But even reading the volume profile, the one potential zone where we can go and potentially test it is this. Is it a high probability? Absolutely not. But let's have a look for this. Okay, so gold coming down. Yeah, up around. Yeah, like our entry is really bad. Around $200. How many people do we got on the stream? 173. 1893 short. Buy gold now. How about you wait for the 4-hour candle close? 21 minutes, guys. We gotta pass it as soon as possible. You know that I'm usually streaming. It's very hard for me to stream for like 3 hours straight. So I really have a short amount of time when I can pass the challenge. So I'm taking like every single potential idea, every single potential trade. Which is obviously not what you would do normally. Yeah, I went short on gold. Well, the spread gave us the entry. I was entering when we were around here. Obviously, the spread after the news is absolutely insane, so I got the entry around here, which sucks. But that's how it is when you trade the news. Yeah. Sell from 1883. Good to you. Like, this was a very good entry, obviously. Congrats. How is the Bitcoin looking, by the way? So, $1,300 in a profit now. You need to find a re-entry. Just thinking where could be the first potential reaction. Well, the first potential reaction to a long could actually be around here. Guys, is the sound okay, or you can't hear me at all? EU is hitting the first support, which could potentially be an entry for us, but 2000. I need to find an entry on gold, which is gonna be this 1877 level. It's also gonna be a TP. Guys, I'm thinking actually that I'm gonna start entering from phone. It just takes me so much time to enter. This is literally the level where I should have been closing. My goodness. I literally lost right now $400 in profit, $600 in profit, because of the waiting time. Oh my goodness, today's is very, very hard. Okay, so the EU is coming to that zone. But here we are just going against the news and against the momentum, against the everything basically. I would be looking for a quick retracement up, but only quick one. Took a long on gold. Oh, sorry, on EU. I would expect just a quick reaction. I'm not looking for anything big. Keep that in mind. Let's have a look. It's very risky. It's extremely risky actually. But I'm looking for his first level where it could potentially bounce and get some reaction. First target could actually be around here. Should be getting a small profit right now at $2,000. Okay, let's wait for it. I'll probably just use a trailing stop loss on this one. This is not a someone is saying that this is a good example for traders that are starting out. This is not a video for traders that are starting out, firstly, and secondly, we are doing a research what you guys want to see. We literally do every single week 3 times educational streams, and we always say that this is just an experiment. So if I don't pass, I don't pass today. You will just see that like the conservative way is a better way how to do it, and it definitely is. This is just an extremely aggressive type of trading that you should never ever do if you are, especially when you are starting out. And as I said, I'm never ever trading a live account with this one. Someone is asking about the Dubai, guys. Today I'm focusing purely on the trading. Okay, and then what's the point of this? What's the point of this? Because a lot of you don't want to see this. If it's possible to do so, and if it is, then how to do it. So why we do this is that we show you if it's possible. We showed you 2 times that it is, and you see the progress or the process of what I'm using. So that is the reason why we do this. Guys, by the way, we got a very nice entry. So it should be 4,000 up now. I'm thinking of trailing the stop loss. Is the mic still bad? Um, I've actually passed phase 1, 200k in one day yesterday. It is possible. Yeah, nice. Congrats to you. I would just recommend you that once you actually get the live account, take a break for 10 or maybe 12 days just to reset your mind. Because honestly, you don't want to be targeting such a high percentages on live account. On a funded one, you want to take it very slowly. This is the first zone where the price could potentially reverse. We are obviously looking for the second one as our target. But if anyone of you is in with me, then right now the trade is looking like this. This is the entry. This was the stop loss or the plan where I should have been closing the trade. Now definitely set to break even. We are looking for this zone. Let's see how it goes. Potentially this could be a short, but it really depends. If we can reclaim this level where could potentially be a little bit of a liquidity, we can sweep it and continue down. Could potentially be a target here. What is going to be the level on gold, by the way? Gold is going to be 80.3 is going to be the TP. So TP is set on gold at least. Okay, so the EU is hitting the TP now. I'm gonna be closing the EU trade. Closed. The mic is bad. They'll be shorting around here, by the way. Guys, give me... You target hit. Okay, perfect. Give me 1 minute and I will try to get the mic working. Okay, guys, so we tried to change the cable. Let me know if it's better. I think it is, but I just want to make sure. I'm preparing a sell limit on gold. Okay, so I get a sell limit right here. Stop loss will be once we start closing above these levels here. How is the EU looking? So EU grabbed the liquidity. I think EU won't continue higher. I think this is a free A2, but I'm not 100% sure. Yes, free A2 hit. I will open a short on EU. Okay, cool. They're starting to reject from this first zone, which this is always a bit hard to say if this is now a place where it's gonna start retracing or not. But after these news, you just literally you never know, and you can't even base this on a statistic, so it's very, very risky. Can you please change your image to the left top so we can watch MT5 as well? Oh, you don't see the trades. No, I can't do it. I can show you, or I can change the camera, but I'll do this. You guys can see the trades now. Come on, gold. Still a bit more to go. So close. Come on, a little bit more. Still need a little more. You're so close to it. I don't have access to the 30 seconds chart, which in this case would actually be very useful. But if we just get a volume data, yeah, this is also a point of control. Like, this level definitely makes sense from TA perspective. It's around 5k. If I close now, we'll be around, basically half of the challenge will be passed. Now we are getting rejection again. This is very hard to make a decision here, honestly. EU will be a leading market here in this case. I'm just thinking of that POC. It's very likely to be hit just to like sweep a little bit of liquidity. Looks like it's getting a reversal point here from the supply. I'm closing the gold. I will go short. Pretty cool. Goodness, the lots are so high. Never trading such a huge amount of lots on a live account. Okay, so we are actually hitting that level on gold now. Look at this. Just bounce from this 1 minute demand. It's crazy choppy now. It's just like, let's do a recap. Like right now we are short on gold and EU. Let's do a little bit of a recap to tell you how it's progressing today. What was the plan? What I'm doing here. So basically, what we did, how I started the stream was that I was having a bullish bias on EU and gold from a perspective of fundamentals, and you really just like with the news getting released, it's just so damn hard to tell which direction it's going. It's just like considering the yesterday's PPI and the Fed result that we got, it was honestly much more bullish, the bias. But like the oh my goodness. Okay, so now we are getting moved down. We are up around $1,200, $1,300. I'll show you. But you never really know. it's really hard to tell. Uh, Unfortunately, the move or the result that we got was 3.7, which you can replay the stream back what I was saying, but I said 3.6, everything below, bullish extremely for EU. Now we are hitting the target. We are hitting the target on gold. I'll show the screen. But as I said at the beginning of the stream, I was saying that, okay, if we get this, it's definitely much more bullish for gold and EU. I had a more bias on the side of getting the 3.6 and lower. We got a 3.7, which basically bit higher inflation rate than what I was expecting. DXY heavily coming up, obviously bullish for the dollar itself. So the dollar started to get up, which obviously there is a exact correlation with EU. So once dollar is bullish, the DXY index is bullish, then obviously EU is going down. So we got a first initial move down. The bias for upcoming days, we are definitely looking lower or for some retracement. So if you are holding some swing short, anything like that, stay in there. More likely to go down than up, considering the news and considering the market structure. But what we are doing right now is we are trying to catch the momentum from a short side, which is obviously very hard to do so once the initial move was created already, because the price action is not easily readable. There's a very, very high volatility, not a lot of liquidity, the spread is high, and so on. The trading conditions now are just extremely high. So if you are in a challenge, stop for now, I would say, and just wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow the initial price action is going to be formed. Now this is just if you are willing to pass it as soon as possible and you are fine with losing free accounts, for example, then this is the stream for you and you can kind of follow me what I do here. So currently we are short on gold from around this point. My stop loss is really right now above here. I know the risk to reward doesn't really make sense here, but you know, once again, we are trying to pass it as soon as possible. Target is going to be below there. Once we will be sweeping these zones, I will be moving stop loss to break even point. We are short on EU too. On EU, I caught it much better. And on EU, I'm short from around this point here. And I will be adding to my position, because I don't believe that we can hold this zone here. So if we lose this level, this 1 minute demand, potentially I will be adding into a short on EU. That kind of makes sense to me to scale into a position. The current account status, gold is in a loss, EU is in a $900 profit, $800 profit. We are at $209,000 profit right now. This is the second account that I got, and we are targeting for 216. So there is still plenty of pips to be caught. So yeah, that's how it looks right now. It forms some liquidity, but I would be looking for a move down. But I think that we are starting to get some time now. Thinking just about adding a little bit more to the EU short. So I don't believe that we can lose the zone. The supply was retested. We'll add another 10 lots here. Thinking of potentially adding it to gold, because gold is getting a move up now. So basically catching a better entry would be perfect here. Let's wait if we can sweep liquidity above these highs. If we can, then it's the preferable entry that I got here. Can we sweep it? Shorting gold from 1882, that is a very good entry, and I wouldn't get out from that. 1882 is around here. Yeah, like I think you are safe even from like getting stopped out and a break even. That's a very good entry in my opinion. Stay in the trade. So I added into EU. I will be adding into gold. Position set it. Let's see. In this case, we just got to be monitoring every single supply and demand, how it reacts, what reaction it provides, etc., etc. It doesn't really swept any liquidity yet. That's why I think it's like very risky to do so. But I don't want to miss this move if it start going down. Ooh, so many pips to be caught still, but it's kind of entertaining for me to do this. Let's just check EU. We haven't even checked BTC yet, which we definitely should. How the 15-minute looks. 15-minute actually looks like it's for the liquidity just, but I don't believe that it can continue higher considering the news that we got. The prime market terminal will be interesting. We just didn't have the time to check it yet, but we will check it. 4,000. Still a bit more to go. Around 3,000 to pass the challenge. Let's check the PMT. We have a little bit of a time now. Let's just check the PMT. I'm mostly interested in the DXT. Sorry, DXM. Okay, retail is still more long than short, which kind of makes sense here. Retail always go wrong. Okay, so now it's becoming extremely choppy, the chart. Look at this, call is reversing. Oh my goodness, from this demand, exactly. This was such a strong candle. 1 minute candle was so strong. I think my heart rate is absolutely crazy right now. The XY could be going down there. That's what I don't like about it now. And plenty of liquidity created above the high. This level needs to break in order to pass the challenge. If this level won't break, we need to wait for a better opportunity. But this is the key level right now. This blue zone, bluish zone. Is it like with the blue light blockers? I don't know if it's blue or green or yellow. So next time bring the heart rate monitor. Like I have the heart rate here, so I can probably tell you, but yeah, still a lot to go. Just the spread is not good, you know. Tutorial how to scalp news. Well, kind of. Like these 1 minute supply and demand zones after the news. Usually they are created. Sometimes you are getting reactions. Sometimes you're not. Definitely not something where you can base a statistical edge on. Because it's just like the news are all the time a bit different. The momentum is a bit different. It's not a good way how to scalp, honestly. But here, it's just like using a few tools can give you a good idea what's happening. So supply and demand, value area low. That's obviously holding the price right now. If we can lose these two, alright, we got a confirmation of, you know, price moving down. But it's really all about, it's just such a small zone on a chart. We are literally talking about 1878 to around 1880, $2 zone after news, which is crazy. It's all about the market right now. If it wants to go down, alright, let's go. If not, then we'll be getting stopped out and we need to find a better opportunity. That's really what it's all about right now. We like, you know, we got a small choke here, but once again, it's just extremely risky to do so now. Tell us the heartbeat. So guys, now I got this thing is called Whoop Band. It's checking your sleep, it's checking your like strain, training and so on. I got a notification that I'm in a high stress zone right now. Obviously I am. The heart rate monitor right now. Right now I'm getting just a 94. It's not that bad. It's fine. Yeah, they both want to go up now. Which is obviously bad for us. You could potentially be testing this zone, which is the next resistance. There is a small amount of liquidity. What about that hater that was in the comments? Is he still on? Like, in this, usually I'm just like, okay, haters can say whatever they want, but in this case, I kind of get your point. It's just like, fair enough, you know. This is, we just want to give you the real side of trading, and then we do this. On the other hand, it's pretty entertaining to a lot of you, and I always say, like, don't do this if you are not willing or not open to take a risk, or just, you know, watch the stream for educational purposes, some tips and tricks that I say here. As I said, I would never ever do this on a live account with real money. That's just too risky. Are you a Mike Thurston fanboy? Yeah, like, Mike is great. I like his content. Mike is good. I'm a beginner and I should be around 120 heartbeat. I think 120 when you are not really doing any exercise and so on is a bit too high. But I'm also not some expert. So, right now, let's delete this volume profile. Let's create a new one because we are creating a decent range. So we can be getting a nice data right now. Key level at the moment, this one. If we can close 1 minute below it, we are getting a good hint that the price is going down. If you can just stop it and bounce, alright, most likely we are going up. That's what it's all about at the moment. So potentially tap into a level, reaction, move up, losing the level and closing below, potentially move down. But you want to see like a heavy momentum candle going through it. If you open the MetaTrader, we are up around $800 now. So obviously both trades that I opened later are in a loss. Small profit, small loss. It's keep changing very quickly. But how the 15 minute looks? Can we get any data from a 15 minute, 5 minute? Not really. Here. Alright, we are getting close to it. What about the EU? No, EU is kind of readable on 5 minute, but only kind of. Definitely more interested in gold, since here we need a less amount of bit. I wonder how many people take the trade with you. That's a good question. Me too. I think a lot of you were texting me a message that you're gonna try it too with a 10k account, which is kind of reasonable. You know, you're gonna spend 150 on 10k account, on free 10k accounts. You can get it funded pretty easily within one stream. That makes sense. If you are someone who makes, you know, or who has a 10k trading capital and you buy free 200k challenges today on a stream, honestly, you are, I don't want to say the word, but you are not so smart. Let's say it this way. It's just extremely risky to do so. Bouncing from the POC, point of control, there is plenty of liquidity created above the highs. I think that would be very nice to sweep it. It's just the market structure is absolutely not readable right now. It's not possible to read anything from this. We are $2,000 up, by the way. Still need 5k to pass it though. EU looks bearish. Gold doesn't want to follow. How is the DXY looking? So the DXY is currently struggling with breaking this level, which obviously makes sense because it's a local demand. So it's getting close to it. Sorry, local supply. So it's getting close to it. It's all about, like, you know, closing above or below a certain level. Depends if you are looking at gold or EU. 4,000 up. We need around 7,000 to pass the challenge. I think EU is building. I have like some weird hard on the comments. What I can do with this. I think EU is building a hard push down. Sometimes my voice is very low. Guys, let's focus back on charts because now it's like extremely crucial at the moment. So 2 more K and we pass the challenge. 2 more thousand. Guys, sell all you have. I need some selling pressure now. I'm kidding, obviously. Don't listen to me. Bouncing from the demand again. So my plan, what I'm doing right now, I would definitely close the gold trade, but considering what we are getting on EU, I think EU is coming down and the gold is likely to follow. So that's why I'm still not closing the gold, but I'm honestly thinking about it with every single 1 minute chart, 1 minute candle close, because this looks more bullish on a gold chart. I think we could potentially go again to grab the liquidity. Then if we sweep it, I'm going short with like 20 lots. That will be the last final trade that I can take here. But it's just very uncertain right now. 2.7, 2.6. It's hard to see the profit going away. But as you can see, it's changing extremely quickly. With gold being very choppy. Use following. Already sold full margin. No, I still have some margin left. Probably won't be enough for 20 lots. Come on. Gold needs to follow. Instead of this, let's just pay attention to the levels that we got on left. The gold. Gold is the problem right now. Gold is the goddamn problem. I think I'm not gonna be that quick to actually close it once we hit the TP. Ooh. Hi, is it possible to pass the challenge with one trade, or you have to close the trade, pass the one round, and then go for the other? Like you won't, you will pass only the each phase, you know. So basically, this time, if we pass, we are passing technically just the phase 1. If I pass, then I need to pass the pass 2 or the phase 2. So no, like it's honestly not possible to pass the challenge. If it's not a one-step challenge, you can't pass it within one trade. Honestly. We are goddamn close. The gold will decide. The gold will decide now. We are like $300 away. Come on. Here we go. We passed. What to say? I'm speechless, honestly. It's just, you know, third time doing this, third time passing. My video maker is laughing at me right now. Great job, man. All right. All right. So we passed it. Gold closed, yeah. Like just to prove you that I passed it. You see it here, 216. Where can I show you? It's right here. If we open, it's Purple Trading SC01MT5. There's the account. Boom. I mean, you know what I'll do? No, I would have to log in. Yeah. One more trade? Why one more? Good job, guys. 54 minutes. Kámo, daj tam ještě jeden obchod. Will you get the account? Well, I gotta pass the phase 2. Which I will definitely do this, like, the slower way. Because I'm so close to getting 200k. I'm not gonna gamble it. Absolutely not. Let me just... log into my Billions Club account. Someone is asking, or someone is saying that he needs a 50 euros to pass the challenge. I'm sorry, man. Should I go one more trade? I don't want to, honestly. I really don't want to. Or if I need to go to the toilet. But here we go. 16,489. Well done. So this time on a second try, unfortunately. You know what, guys? I'll go to the toilet. Give me 2 minutes. And I'll do one more thing. I'm gonna post a story right now to a Billions Club Instagram that we posted, which you guys live on a stream. What should I say? I'm always like, you know, what to say on these these shorts. Should I be like overhyped? Okay, let's do it. Alright, guys, so once again we passed the 200k evaluation process live on a stream in front of everybody. I'm gonna show you the proof right here. 200k challenge. We still got people on a stream. How many do we have? 150. That's great. 150. Oh, why it's zooming in so quick? We passed it again, this time on a second try. Unfortunately, or fortunately now, but basically we got a completely different CPR result than what I was expecting. That's why I lost the first account. But you know, as you guys say in the chat, GG. I'm gonna show you on a story. What's up? One more GG. Hi, IG. Someone says that if you can't go long, you go short. Well, you usually go short if you have a bearish news. Enough to say. See you next time. No, it's, I know it's, and let me be honest here, like on a stream now. I know it's controversial, and it really is. And me, from my perspective as a trader, we were talking with the team, with the Billions Club team, with the Jacob, with the marketing guy Mateusz, and basically what I said to them, like, you know, we are most of the time, 99% of the time or 95% of the time, we show the result of trading, how you should be calculating the position size, how you trade normally, and so on. And they were like, yeah, that's true. You know what? We're gonna ask people what they want to see. So if you guys remember, literally like 1 month ago, we asked you what you want to see. And the results were, we are asking about pure education, passing the challenge live on a stream, doing a live trading sessions with me, normal way when I'm trading, and we did some trading games. It was literally the 49% of answers was for passing the challenge live, and 50 was for the normal live trading sessions, which is pretty close, and the rest was literally the 1% that was left. And we are like, okay, so you know what we do? Most of the time, let's just do the classic live trading sessions that I do normally, and you can see this on a Billions Club live trading sessions. But from time to time, let's just give them what they want. And literally, this is what we did. So if any one of you is hating in the comments right now that this is not a real side of trading, I completely agree with you. It is not. But it's just experiment how you can pass the challenge. And is it luck? Well, you know, like, it's very aggressive, but from 3 tries, I passed it all the time. So if you are like, you know, very aggressive trader, you have the money to be spent on the challenges and you want to pass it as soon as possible, this is the way how you can do it, and I showed you that it's possible. On the other hand, if you are a beginner that is starting out with a small budget, join me 3 times a week. I show you how to do it the real way. So we are giving option for basically every single one of you. So if you are like, you know, this is scam, it's not. We are just, I told you before the stream, it's extremely aggressive and I can lose. I did it again. It's absolutely up to you if you will follow me or not. Enough. How do you cope with the dopamine surge? Well, obviously, and I think you can see it on stream. It's just like now I passed it, so I'm really hype. I'm really feeling great. Once we are after we lost the first account, you could have seen on my face that I'm just like kind of, you know, settled down a little bit, I would say. My thing is that I kind of knew what I'm gonna do before the stream. So I knew that I will be scalping 1 minute supply and demand. And I knew that the initial move from the CPI will basically decide if it's gonna be like successful pass on the first try, or then I would have to look for a new options. So like the result was negative for EU, bullish for the XY. So I was thinking, okay, I gotta stick to the 1 minute supply because like the momentum is going down. So basically, once I knew the plan, I was kinda okay with the dopamine surge, because I know what I will do if this and that happens. But obviously now I feel overhyped, but I don't have this problem never ever on my live account, because I just don't do this. You know, I would never ever do it. Like never. With the real money, I would never do this with my own account or even funded. It's just too risky to risk. You know. You need to realize the value of the money, and it's just like it's a bit of a gamble, and the probabilities are going against you when you are going so aggressively. Are you going to complete the account, meaning doing phase 2? Well, yes, but it's not going to be on a stream, honestly. I can give you updates in Discord. I don't have a problem with that, but it's not going to be on a stream because I want to pass it the real way. Congrats, good work. Thank you so much. Is it possible to successful long term with this kind of scalp trading? It was fun though. Yeah, exactly. It was fun. Even for me, it was pretty entertaining. No. After scalping news, I think, or I'm speaking from myself. I think I won't be long term profitable. If you have a different, like I was scalping Bitcoin with order flow, but it was a different strategy. I wasn't trading during the news. I wasn't trading during either high volatility zones or low liquidity zones on a chart. So it got like a plenty of rules to it. So it's really, you know, it really depends. It's what we did now on a stream. No, with the real money, because you will have, with the real money, the thing is that you will have that psychology effect into it. And it's just like, this is so hard from a psychology perspective. It's like a roller coaster. But the thing is, like, normal trading is also a roller coaster. Like, you have a good periods, you have a bad periods. The bad thing, or the thing with the standard trading is that the time period between these moments or highs and lows is just so long, or definitely longer than what we do here on a stream. Here on a stream, or when you are scalping like this, it's changing so rapidly. I think you wouldn't be able to handle it after literally like 3 months, and it's the reason why I stopped scalping. Like, it got me from psychology perspective, absolutely, and I had to stop because like one day you are extremely overhyped, everything is going well, the next day everything is going wrong, and you are completely, I don't want to say the word, but it's not working for you and so on. With the day trading, of course, also very hard on psychology, but at least the highs and the lows, that the time period between them is a bit shorter. How long will the market be unreadable? I would say our time to around 10 p.m. To settle down a little bit from the initial price action. Yeah, exactly. Adam Kubernetes, you said it right. Good work, thanks, but I got a few dollars left to... Oh my goodness, guys. They want the next trade. I don't want to give them the next trade, honestly. Because now, if I lose the trade, it's kind of my fault that I gave them a wrong signal. What should I do? No, guys, I think I'm not gonna give you a next one. Because it's really risky, and if you are so close, if you are 8% up, don't mess it up with one trade. Just take one serious trade tomorrow for 1%. Guys, you don't need to pass it today. You don't need to pass it today, literally. Even if you pass, like, there is a minimum trading days. You still need 3, like, you know. Don't do it, I would say. Just give some idea. Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an idea. I'm not gonna give you a trade. You could have been holding the gold longer. I was saying that once we lose this zone, we will go lower, and we did. Literally, if I would be in your case right now... Okay, this is the zone. I would probably wait. If you are so close to it, just, you know, take it seriously and wait. Oh, we tapped from that already. So this could have been a long on gold. Oh, sorry, on EU. And I think it still can be a long. Quick one. Yeah, I think you can now... You can now potentially enter into long on EU, I think. Or that's what I... If I were trading, that's what I would do. Do whatever you want. Remember my words, it's extremely risky. I'm going to toilet. I'll be back in 1 minute. Alright, so I'm back. EU is getting the move up, as I told you. You pass phase 1 with the unstraight, and pass phase 2 you'll be burned. Well, yeah, it's you know, it really depends if you know what you are doing or you are just blindly following me. But I have the same opinion on this. Like if you pass this just because you followed me blindly and you have no clue why I did it, what I did, and so on, it's kind of no sense, because you know you pass the first phase, but like what is the chance you'll pass the second one? Maybe you will, and even let's say even if you are lucky and you made it to the phase 2, then you lose it on the funded. But if you know what you are doing, or you kind of understand what I'm doing here, and you feel like, okay, I can repeat this on my own, then like go ahead, and I'm happy that I helped you. Yeah, what to say? Thanks. So you passed it? Did you pass it? I'm doing one phase. So you passed it on one phase? If you did, then congrats to you, brother. Very well done. Yeah, the time is not limited. I'm just reading the comments. I'm gonna be answering some questions you guys have now. I think gold will be good for a buy. And you were right. You were goddamn right. Depends on what time frame. But yeah, it kind of makes sense to go along here on gold. I agree with you. So hopefully we made it clear why we are doing these streams. Hopefully it makes sense to you now. I think we did pretty well job in explaining why we do this, because you guys want to do this, or want to see me doing this. But and I hope it helped you. I think it did. Let me know. That's all we need for today. I'm gonna be collapsing today's stream. So guys, if any one of you is interested in learning what I do, and you are potentially from Czech Republic, then visit my website, CW Trading. I will post a link to the comment section. We will be increasing the price of the course to 15,000 Czech crowns. Now it's your last time to get it for the old price, because next week we are adding a new module or new course, which will be the 30% of the whole course that we got now. So we are adding approximately 20 videos, each video around 25-30 minutes, very long videos, very in-depth explanation of market structure. But still, if you don't want to pay, which is reasonable, it kind of makes sense. It's, you know, trading is full of scams and so on. Visit my YouTube and just watch my free videos. I'm literally sharing plenty of free value from just the free YouTube videos, and you can learn from that. So consider buying that. It makes sense. Oh, sorry, consider watching that. It makes sense to firstly watch the free content, potentially then buy the course if it will fit your style and so on. If you won't be into it, you know, find someone else. Hopefully today's stream helped you. We did a pretty good job. We passed it again. For now, in the next upcoming, let's say 30-35 days, we won't do it again, because once again we want to do it at, you know, like once a month maybe, and then we'll see. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for the stream. I would really appreciate if you can just, you know, like share stories or whatever that we passed it, share with friends, family, that you passed the first phase of the Billions Club account. It's up to you, but I would really appreciate if you can just share it, that we made it again. it would make my day. Thank you so much, and see you next time, which is gonna be Sunday Focus. This time we take it serious.